Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Daisya Triskarromah, student number 2018-046. Now I'm going to talk about English as a global language or lingua franca. The first one is introduction. Language is the primary medium of human social interaction, and interaction is the means through which social relations are constructed and maintained. It is a vital commodity in a globalized world. By Block and Cameron 2002. Every people needs and uses language as a means to communicate to each other. People need language to express their needs in many aspects of life. Based on the statement, people need language to be used as a global language in order to make people around the world communicate easier, so that English used as global language or lingua franca. Then, what is global language? So global language or international language is a language used by people of different nations to communicate with one another. It characterized not only by the number of its native speakers, but also by its geographical distribution, and is used in international organization and in diplomatic relation. A global language acts as a lingua franca, a common language that enables people from diverse backgrounds and ethnicities to communicate on a more or less equitable basis. Then, what is lingua franca? So lingua franca means a language we use to communicate when we don't share a native language. For example, Indonesian people meet Korean people on a social media. Most likely they are going to communicate in English. Yeah, the reason is in order to understand each other. Then, why do we need a global language? So, the first one, translation cannot work when communities are linguistically mixed. The second, need for a common language. The third, sometimes communities adopt a simplified language. And the last, as a global communities, people around the world will always keep in contact in international forums for political, economical, educational, and many other international affairs, and even in private business. Then, it's still about why English becomes a global language. So this is a brief history of English. There are Old English, Middle English, and Modern English. Those are three phases of English language. Old English, when England was established, there were several kingdoms. It was this period that the best of the Old English literature was written. And then the Middle English. Between 1100 until 1200, many important changes took place in the structure of English, and Old English became Middle English. The sound system and grammar wasn't so affected, but vocabulary was affected much. And then the last is Modern English. Between 1400 until 1600, English underwent some changes. One change was the elimination of a vowel sound in certain unstressed position at the end of the words. The period of Modern English was also a period of English Renaissance, which means the development of the people. It's still about why English become a global language. So the reasons why a language becomes a global language is not only deals with how many people speak it, but more deals with who those speakers are. In historical reasons, English spread through trade and colonization, wars, and cultural dissemination. In educational reasons, English is much more developed than other language. In political reasons, English is a language of superpower and language of political institution. English also has other reasons like intellectual, economical, practical, and entertainment that makes English as a global language. Then, it's a danger of global language. The benefit which would flow from the existence of a global language are considerable, but several commentators have pointed the possible risks. The first one is linguistic powers. People who speak it as a mother tongue could be in a privileged position. And then the second, linguistic complacency. It could eliminate the motivation for adults to learn other language. And then the last is linguistic death. It could contribute to the disappearance of minority language and cultures. So we are going to the conclusion. The demand of English as a lingua franca will increase and continue possibly as more and more people use it their basic global communication tool. In most cases, it is a contact language between persons who share neither a common native tongue nor a common culture, and they prefer it as a lingua franca. This shows just how deeply affected English has already been through its unprecedented spread and the unique function it has as the world language. By passing off every year, it is gaining popularity and gaining attraction day by day. So that's all about English as a global language. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.